My name is Kris. I'm a pediatric physical therapist and coming to you from my home to yours during this time. I wanted to give you some tips on things you can do with your little one. One of the most common problems that we see babies for in our physical therapy clinic is torticollis, and that involves an injury to the neck muscle, the sternocleidomastoid that runs behind the ear down to the front of the collarbone. And what happens is that muscle gets tight, pulls the ear towards the shoulder, and turns the head in the opposite direction. So this is Lily, and I've pinned her neck to show a tilt to the right and a little bit of rotation to the left. So if your child hasn't been diagnosed, that's okay. The things I'm going to show you today are going to be great for any baby, but specifically those babies that tend to turn their head in one direction only or tilt their head in one direction only. So one nice way to figure that out, if your baby is very mild, is to look at pictures. And in pictures, if your baby's head is always tilted or is turned, these exercises would be especially good for your little one. So the first one, and one of the most important ones, of course, is tummy time. You're going to want to lay your baby on their tummy and place the toys to the side that you need to encourage them to look. So in Lily's case, she likes to look to the left. I'm going to place the toys to her right and see if I can get her attention there by stroking her right hand and getting her to turn her head this way. And babies' attention spans are pretty short, so you'll want to have a good number of toys down here to change up and get her attention to that side. You'll want to switch toys about every 30 seconds. That's the way you can increase the amount of tummy time because your baby will be distracted and more happy. Another thing that you want to do when your baby gets tired is grab a couple of towels and roll them up. And then you can place your baby over the top of those. So the roll is underneath her armpits. This will make it a little bit easier for her now, and then you can expand your tummy time. Again, you want to have those toys over to the right hand side and encourage her to move that right hand if she needs to be looking to the right. The second exercise that you want to do is tilting. So in Lily's case, she likes to look to the left and tilt her head to the right. So I'm going to think about tilting her to her right side down because that's going to activate the muscles on the left side of the neck to bring that left ear towards the left shoulder. And I can do this with her lying on the floor and placing a little toy in front of her to play with. And when she tires with that, I can bring her up and hold her in a tilted position. So she's still working that opposite side of the neck to strengthen and help her neck straighten out. I like to switch back and forth between tummy time and side lying time, whether it's on the floor or whether I'm holding her. That way she's going from working some of the muscles in the back of her neck to the side of her neck, but still being able to tolerate longer periods of time. The third thing I'm going to show you is how to help your baby strengthen the front of their neck, which is also really important. And this is a fun one. You can just lay back on your couch, put a pillow on your legs, bend your legs up, and place your baby so they're sitting on your tummy. Now what I'm going to do is take her arms and gently give a pull and watch her lift her head and pull with her arms to sit up. Let's try that again. So I'm going to hold her hands, gently pull. She's gonna try to lift her head and pull her arms up to sit up. And we can play peekaboo, any sort of game where she's having fun. Now, if this is really easy for your baby and she's picking her head up well, then just go ahead and lower your legs down and see if she can do it from almost a flat position. If it's too hard and she's trying to pull herself up but her head is lagging behind like this, I'm going to want to make it easier for her by bringing my knees up. The main idea is you want to find that spot where she's able to pick her head up and come forward, but it's still challenging for her. The last thing I'm going to give you to do is sensitization. So when a baby tends to look in one direction more than the other, they have a tendency to forget about the hand that they're looking away from. That makes her environment being over on her left, and she starts exploring with the left side of her body more than the right. So we basically want to wake up this arm and this hand so she starts to look at it and explore and develop those skills on this hand as well. You can do this with a couple of simple tools at home. I've got a little scrub brush that we can use in the bathtub. You can use a cradle cap brush. You can use a baby hair brush. Basically, you're going to start at the top of the shoulder and do nice strokes downward, about 30 on the upper arm, trying to get the front and the back. And then you'll work your way down to the lower arm. Do again about 30 front and back. And finally the hand, about 30 strokes. Focusing a lot on the top of the hand and the sides of the hand and a little bit on the tips and the palm. You can do this while your baby's on their tummy as well, and you're trying to encourage them to reach for a toy. I can take the brush and brush their hand a little bit to wake up those nerves and tell her she has a hand there to reach and place on the toy. Those are my 4 tips for the day. I hope you enjoy your time at home with your little one. If you have any questions or concerns, please give us a call. Our office is open. We're taking patients directly on a case-by-case basis, and we're also offering telehealth so we can individualize your child's program. Take care and stay healthy.